response to the question, can the President's plan be executed, we got a no, and a highly unlikely. That's very powerful. I mean, you are the experts. And the morale is another issue. But my question is, by cutting the Constellation program, what damage will that do to our superiority in space, to our national security, and the idea that we can somehow hand this off to commercial space flight, which maybe down the road could happen? My concern is that the handoff, it's not an appropriate handoff. They can't pick up the ball and run with it right now. And my concern is what's going to happen is we're going to have a gap in our superiority in space, and we're going to lose to the Chinese and the Russians. And so with that, Mr. Armstrong, can you give me your thoughts on that?
Thank you, sir. I certainly agree that if for the next decade we have no access to space, we will be viewed by people around the world as has been. That I would find that extremely uncomfortable with the enormous investment in resources and people's time over the past half century that we've expended in order to gain the position of leadership that we've enjoyed in recent years.
May I add something very quick to that? If we are viewed by other nations, other people around the world as being willing to abdicate our leadership in space, what else do they believe we are willing to dismantle without reason?
Mr. Young, do you have a response?
The only comment I would make is I think the reason all three of us advocate Ares 1, Orion, the elements of Constellation, is that it's our view that given where we are today, it's the best way to get an assured access to low Earth orbit.
That response, what else would they be willing to give up? This is the backdrop to the space program has always been national security as well, and that's one of my main concerns with this decision by the President. Can you comment on that?
If we give up on a shuttle today, a shuttle doesn't just service a space station. It's an asset for national security. We can access probably almost anywhere in low Earth orbit we need to be to do anything we want to do: repair, recover, replace satellites. We can scientific missions like the Hubble. I think it affects our international security because we don't have access. We don't have the capability to be there when we need to be there. We are hostage, literally hostage, as I say, to other nations. And it also implies subjectively that we no longer care. We no longer, something happens in some other place in the world, don't worry about it. They don't care. They're not going to come to our rescue. They're not going to protect freedom around the world, which is something, I guess, for the last 200 some odd years we've been destined to do. So there are subjective reasons as well as a physical capability to access a plateau that, above the Earth, to do things that could never have been done there before from a national security point of view.